It took less than 48 hours for a low-pressure system in the Arabian Sea to transform into a large swirling storm. Within the next 12 hours, Cyclone Biporjoy became a severe cyclone. 6 days after its genesis, it continues to intensify. With winds gusting up to 190 km/h, Cyclone Biporjoy had become an extremely severe cyclone. But by the time it makes its landfall on the Indian coast, its intensity will reduce marginally and will hit the Saurashtra-Kutch region on Thursday evening as a very severe cyclone. The IMD has given out warning for heavy rainfall in as many as 8 districts of Gujarat as well as Rajasthan till 16th evening, when the landfall process would be completed. Storm surges of about 2 to 3 meters higher than the astronomical tide are expected to inundate the low-lying areas. The very severe Cyclone Biporjoy is likely to be very damaging and cause and damage everything that is going to come in its path over the next 2 days. According to IMD, the kacha houses are going to get damaged. There could be widespread destruction of the crops in the region, and the local authorities have been alerted accordingly. But Cyclone Biporjoy is not the most fierce cyclone to have developed in the Arabian Sea in recent years. Hello, I'm Srishti Choudhary, science and environment journalist with CNN News 18. And in this section of Science Wise, we'll try to understand why the unusually warm Arabian Sea is fueling intense storms like Biporjoy year after year. Now, we spoke to the IMD chief, Dr. M. Mohapatra, and explained to us that the cyclone, which was formed on 7th of June, has been moving very slowly and it is gaining more strength from the higher temperature of the surface in the Arabian Sea. The more cyclone spends time in the sea, the more stronger it becomes, and it has retained its intensity of a very severe cyclone for almost 5 days now. Scientists explained to us that the unusually warm Arabian Sea has indeed been fueling intense storms year after year. If you remember 2019, Arabian Sea recorded its most intense cyclone season. There was a point in time when there were twin cyclones forming in the Arabian Sea. Over the last 2 decades, the sea has churned out 2 super cyclones, Cyclone Gonu in 2007 and Cyclone Kyar very recently. So why is the Arabian Sea unusually warm? Scientists monitoring the North Indian Ocean have told us that the sea surface temperatures in the oceans have been steadily rising over the last few years. In fact, the Arabian Sea has warmed up by a degree over the last 3 months. The temperatures have been hovering about 30 to 31 degrees Celsius in the Arabian Sea when the cyclone was formed last week. It is also concerning because at a time when the global warming has impacted various weather events across the globe, the Indian coast is also witnessing an increase in the intensity of the tropical cyclones which have hit the east coast as well as the west coast of India. According to scientists who have been studying the impact of climate change on various weather events, the intensity of the tropical cyclones has steadily increased over the years. Arabian Sea would normally witness about 1.2 cyclonic circulations during an year, but we have seen that not only the number of cyclones forming, but their intensity and the time that they spent in the ocean while intensifying has also increased. So coming back to Cyclone Biporjoy, just 200 kilometers from Porbandar in Gujarat coast, it is now veering towards the Saurashtra-Kutch region and is likely to make its landfall in Gujarat on Thursday evening. The IMD has given out a heavy rainfall warning till 16th of June by the time the landfall process is going to get completed. It has also advised evacuation of people from the low-lying areas for at least 2 to 3 days by the time the cyclone makes its way to the land, and there will be storm surges and there will be high winds which can cause widespread damage to the areas.